Welcome to INTEX Millworks Hampton Standard Level Rail Installation video. Prior to installing your rail, please go to our online video catalog and reference our newel installation video. Once all the newels on the site have been confirmed, please measure the finished opening between the columns or newels and cut the appropriate PVC components to this length. For your baluster installation on your level rail assembly, you have two options in terms of laying out your balusters. You can follow our 4 7/8 inch dimple pattern on the bottom side of your lower rail and your baluster cap, which will set your spacing at 3 3/4. Or you can turn the rail over and splay your balusters however you would like for your custom application. When building the ladder assembly of the Hampton rail install, it'll be important to have a flat table and a piece of lath to offset and center your balusters. When installing through the bottom rail, you will use an 1.5 inch baluster lock screw and a 2.5 inch baluster screw to secure it. Through the top rail baluster cap, you will put a single 2.5 inch baluster screw centered in the assembly down through the top rail. It is critical that you center the 2.5 inch baluster screw through the top rail due to a future assembly that we will talk about later in the video. The top and bottom rail aluminum reinforcement should be cut 3/8 of an inch shorter than the finished opening to allow for the bracketry. When fastening the brackets to the aluminum extrusion, be sure to lubricate the bracket screws with either soap or oil so you do not shear the heads of the screws or strip them. Prior to installing the bottom rail aluminum to the newel posts, crush blocks should be installed no further than 3 foot on center from each other or the newel posts. In doing so, run a 3/16 inch pilot hole through the aluminum reinforcement and run a 2.5 inch baluster screw down through that aluminum into the crush block. Prior to fastening the lower rail aluminum to your newel posts, drill a 3/16 inch weep hole at each end of the aluminum reinforcement to allow for drainage over time. Once the weep holes have been drilled, use the 3 inch hex cap rail attachment screws to fasten the bracketry back to the newel posts on each end. Once this is securely fastened, place the PVC ladder assembly over top of the aluminum extrusion and press down so it's firmly seated. Install the top aluminum reinforcement in the same fashion as the bottom, using the 3 inch hex cap rail attachment screws to anchor back to the post. Now that your top and bottom aluminum reinforcements have been secured to your post, drill a 3/16 inch pilot hole off-center through the aluminum reinforcement over every third baluster and secure the aluminum to the rail and the baluster assembly using a 2.5 inch baluster screw. Be sure to offset this pilot hole to avoid the screw which attaches the baluster to the baluster cap below. Once your top rail aluminum has been installed in your full rail assembly, run a bead of latex caulk around the contact points of your top rail and snap your rail together, securing your compression fit. To mechanically fasten the PVC top cap to the rest of the top rail assembly, simply run a pilot hole at the ends and the center of your top rail and fasten this system with the provided screws. And that wraps up our standard level installation video. If you have any further questions, please reference our online video catalog or call us directly in our office. Thank you.